not only are we going to reject this deal on day one and reimpose sanctions, but if they move forward with the nuclear program, their safety for those facilities will be at risk. I'll tell you a couple of things I do. I give the Israelis bombs called MOPs, massive ordnance penetrators. Give them to Israel. Let the Iranians know we're prepared to work with Israel to make sure they never have a nuclear weapon.
The worst nightmare in the world is a radical Islamic regime with a weapon of mass destruction. The only reason 3,000 of us died on 9/11 is not 3 million, and not 3 million is because they couldn't get the weapons to kill us. They're on track to get a bomb even if they don't cheat. This deal is a nightmare for Israel. They're coming here if we don't watch it. Terrorism with a nuclear capability sponsored by Iran. So yes, I would use military force to stop them. I would set this deal aside and I would get you a better deal.
Once ISIS established a caliphate, the game changed. Because once you establish a caliphate where you have an area of control, you have to take ground from that caliphate. Because if you don't, then in the Islamic world, it's seen as a legitimate caliphate. As long as they have territorial integrity and even expand it, they have legitimacy in much of the Muslim world to call people to join their jihad here in America, as well as in Iraq and in Syria.
Look, America is the most compassionate country in the entire world. We do more for folks around this world, and that's the nature of the American people. Two things. One, let us draw a line, a direct line, between this refugee crisis and this president's failed foreign policy. He drew a red line in Syria and did not enforce it. And now we're seeing millions of refugees, potentially, hundreds of thousands going into Europe. The answer is not to put a Band-Aid on this and allow even more people to come into America. We should not short-circuit. We've got a vetting process. We've got a normal refugee process. Simply allowing more people into our country doesn't solve this problem. The way to solve this problem is for us to be clear to our friends and allies that we are going to replace Assad. We're going to hunt down and destroy ISIS.
And how does President Obama sleep at night? Look what you've let happen on your watch. Your commanders told you don't withdraw from Iraq because we'll lose all of our gains. 3 years ago, your entire national security team, Senator McCain and I begged you to do a no-fly zone and help the Free Syrian Army while it would matter, but you said no. I'm not blaming Bobby, I'm not blaming Rick, I'm not blaming anybody. I'm blaming Barack Obama for this mess.
Thank you, Senator.